there, everybody? This is another episode of 5 Minute Friday. This is a special Thanksgiving edition. If in case you're curious, you're like, Kristen, this is not normally that ugly yellow wall that you have in your apartment. The answer is yes, because I'm home for the holidays. So like I said, this is a very special Thanksgiving edition brought to you by the Parkers, aka my family, who's been asking about a 5 Minute Friday video the entire holiday that I was home. So, we are going to have a special selection of Thanksgiving and holiday themed topics this afternoon. So let's get started. Alright, our first topic of the day is family. So coming home for the holidays is always a fun adventure because I have on one end, I have my sister who is super married and super happy and in love and in a wonderful house and has a very normal, stable job. And then on the other hand, you have my cousin in Tokyo who is also very stable and whatever, just, you know, in Tokyo. And then you have everybody else in between. So it's kind of like this weird sort of catch-up of random people doing random things and just everyone's kind of seeing where they measure up in adulthood. And it's kind of weird and it's kind of hilarious. We also have a really serious gaming addiction to the sense of like, I think I probably play about 8 different board games throughout the course of the night, which actually isn't a problem. I personally love board games. And we get weirdly competitive, and shots are fired, and words are said, and things probably would be thrown if it weren't for the fact that, you know, there's lots of damageables in other people's houses. But you know, that's family, and that's how you just get along with each other and do things. And I'm okay with that. Alright, our next topic is food. Because who doesn't like food on Thanksgiving? So I'm the weirdo in the family where everyone, if you know me or anything about me, you know that my favorite food is mashed potatoes. So it's gotten to the point where literally there is always a crock pot full because I know that if I had my way, I would just eat the whole crock pot myself. But I've learned to share in my adult, you know, life, and I thought, you know, I'll let other people try some. But I get like mashed potato themed like memes on my Facebook wall. I get, you know, mashed potato texts. I'm surprised I don't have a mashed potato themed t-shirt yet. And I'll never forget the one holiday where one of my aunts decided to try a different potato dish. I don't think I've ever been so angry in my entire life. Like, I got in and I was like, where are my mashed potatoes? And she's like, oh, well, I tried this new scallop potato dish.
Which she is doing for Christmas.
No, she's not, Mom. She's not. My mother just informed me that she's going to be doing a scalloped potato dish for Christmas, and I am not having it. This face is... I hope you all appreciate the face I just made. Because that was the face of not having my mashed potatoes. It's not cute. Our next topic is Black Friday. So I actually really don't like Black Friday. I mean, I don't know that anyone necessarily really does enjoy Black Friday. Maybe some people do. For a girl who lives in the city, I have a much preferred method of shopping, which is anything involving low stress. I go in, I know what I want, I get it, and I leave. Like this whole like running around frantically searching for things, like elbowing people out of the way for deal. Like I don't like that. I don't like the concept of it. It makes me really unhappy. I had to go drop my mother off last night because my mother unfortunately had to work Black Friday starting at midnight because her job was open because it was one of those horrible places that like was open on Thanksgiving. And I had to go, and there were people there, and like there was this weird frantic energy that just made everything super stressful and really uncomfortable. And like you could tell that like if people had the way, the shop would be in complete disarray. There'd be like clothes hanging on mannequins, like a sweater just like draped casually over someone's head, or like just fighting over like a ladle. I just don't know. Why would you do that? All right, I devoted an entire minute to pie because pie is delicious. Personally, I'm a huge fan of apple pie. So my mom does this thing every year. We lovingly refer to it as swamp pie because sometimes it just doesn't get fully vent out the steam, and so it gets a little swampy. Juicy, as she likes to say. We call it swampy. And it's kind of a thing now. We're just like, oh, where's the swamp pie? It's not apple pie, it's swamp pie. But I actually kind of really like it, except for last night because I had to bring it home. And I'm sitting with it on my lap, and I was like, oh wow, this car smells really appley and delicious. But why? Because the pie is fully covered, except, oh wait, the swamp juice leaked out of the pie all into my lap and all over my coat and all my clothes, and every part of me was sticky and gross, and it smelled like apple. But that's not how you want to walk into your house. Just cold and covered in apple swamp juices. It's kind of disgusting. Personally, I also, when I eat my apple pie, I actually eat the apples up first, and then I eat the crust. We're gonna end on a sentimental note, as we know what we like to do here at 5 Minute Fridays. And we're gonna end with the things that I'm thankful for. So I really enjoy coming home for the holidays because I don't really get to see my family a lot outside. I don't live that far away, but it still was just my job and their jobs and everything. I don't get to always come home a lot. It's a lot more likely for them to come to me than it is for me to get home. But it's nice to just see my family and just have good food and just relax and take a moment to just, you know, spend time with the people that I'm closest to, because that's really what makes me happy. And my mom's side is really funny because, you know, we rib on each other and we joke and tease each other, and that's kind of how I operate with most of my friends. But in our way, it's a weird sign of affection that we're like, you can handle some joking, and then we just tease you more. And, you know, I kind of miss that. Like, my cousins all, who I know are watching this right now, all like jokingly quote my movies at me and quote anything I've ever worked on at me randomly. John apparently still doesn't have a soul, which, if you've ever watched Emma, which I'm in, still doesn't have a soul, John. Still doesn't have a soul. And we just Skype whoever's not around. I don't know. Just happy to be home. So that was 5 Minute Friday. I hope you had an enjoyable Thanksgiving episode. Thank you to my mother, who actually helped frame me because she's a photographer, and so that's why this looks so nice today. If you're interested in seeing some more 5 Minute Friday videos, you can subscribe somewhere around in this giant bubble. And if you want to see more videos, you can follow me on Facebook at Kristen May Carbone. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next Friday. Self high five! Happy Thanksgiving.